Step 3 is all about understanding your nest egg need numbers, understanding how your retirement investments are performing, and seeing your historical progress. But it's also a place to experiment with future or hypothetical numbers. Let's dive in. The nest egg needs section details your range of nest egg needs, as shown by the low, medium, and high numbers. We also estimate the annual income you might be able to take in retirement based on the size of your nest egg. If you expand the Learn More section, you can find a link to detailed information on the calculations behind the numbers. The percentage of pre-retirement income desired section affects how we calculate your nest egg needs as well. By default, the minimum number is 80%, the target number is 90%, and the optimal number is 100%. The range of percentages are based on widely accepted rules of thumb and industry research. At the low end, industry research suggests that to roughly maintain their pre-retirement lifestyle, most people need at least 70% of their pre-retirement income, with a more common target goal being 85%. Obviously, anything above that may allow for a more comfortable or plush retirement. Finally, the nest egg needs section includes the experimentation box. This box essentially provides you with a convenient way to temporarily modify information you set in step 1. See how it affects your nest egg need calculations, and then reset it to your default values. This can be helpful if you anticipate your annual expenses or income to be meaningfully different from your current circumstances. Note that changes in the experimentation box do affect your nest egg need estimates shown on step 2 in the future outlook table. This can be useful if you're looking to understand when you might hit your goals based on a hypothetical scenario. But don't forget to reset the experimentation box to your default values once you're done. Now let's look at the historical progress chart. The first thing to know is that the data you see here comes from data you entered in step 2 of the retirement planner, or from the data you've saved in the assets and liabilities tool for any account with a retirement label. So, for example, if you just have one retirement account in assets and liabilities, and its value was $48,500 at the end of 2024, that is the data you'd see in this chart. And taking a closer look at this chart, visually, it's pretty straightforward. The blue columns show the total value of your retirement accounts at the end of the year, or the current value in the case of the current year. The purple dots correspond to the y-axis on the right and show you your contributions over the years. This can be a nice way to visualize how your retirement contributions, or the total value of your retirement investments, have varied over time. The more interesting part of the historical progress section comes in the data table below. Obviously, the retirement contributions column and the ending value of retirement assets column are just repeats of what you can see visually in the chart above. But the savings rate column and the investment growth rate column are net new calculations, not represented elsewhere. Savings rate is a straightforward calculation that divides your retirement contributions by your household income. The investment growth rate column is a bit more complex. We won't go into all the details in this video, but as you may notice, it is an estimate, as indicated by the asterisk. And if you click the Learn More link below, you can read the details on exactly how and why we estimate the investment growth rate the way we do. We definitely encourage you to check out this article, but don't forget that this investment growth rate calculation has been reviewed and verified by certified financial planners. But the thing we like so much about this estimate is that not only does it provide a rough guide for your return on an individual year across all your retirement accounts, something that most retirement plan providers don't do, but we also provide your annualized average over the entire period you have data for in MoneySwell. Why is this so important? Well, remember back in the Future Outlook chart in Step 2? In that chart, you're asked to provide a number for expected rate of return. In other calculators you'll find online, you just have to take a guess based on common estimates. But by using MoneySwell, you can actually see your annualized rate of return. You may be performing better or worse than commonly used estimates. This might allow you to adjust that expected rate of return to a more accurate number based on your actual performance. Now, it goes without saying, but we'll say it anyway. Market returns can vary wildly from year to year. So if you only have 1 year of data in your historical progress chart, you may have a 20% growth rate for that year. And with only 1 year of data, your annualized number will be the same. This does not mean you should enter 20% expected growth rate on Step 2. In fact, MoneySwell won't even let you do that. It caps out at 10%. The reason is that it is unrealistic to expect that you will consistently do better than 10% a year, even if some years were way above that. And the same is true for the opposite direction. One year, you may lose 20%, but it's unrealistic to expect you will always do that. If you want to learn more about market performance over time, definitely check out the article linked in the Learn More expansion box above.